Welcome to Channel 6 Scoreboard. I'm your host, Courtney Howard, and with me today as our panelists, we have Lee Hogan and JD Williams. Welcome, guys, back. Let's go ahead and start previewing the upcoming game that UCA will be playing Bacone College. It's our first home game. Now, this is a lower division school. What do you guys really expect to see?
Like you mentioned, it's an NAIA opponent, so you really expect UCA to be dominant in this game. I think they need to be. They've played, especially in Ole Miss, a team that's an upper echelon team to them. So I mean, this is UCA's time to step up and show dominance like Ole Miss did in that game. So really expect them to show their superiority in the defensive side of the ball, and in special teams. So that would be my main focus, is for the UCA team just to see dominance in this game.
Right. I'm expecting a big first half, really. I'm hoping the Stars, will play that first half, but be ahead by enough to where the second half they maybe come out for a few adjustment drives in the third, but, then really go sit and rest up for, another game coming up. But I would also look for UCA to really try to dominate this game, though, from wire to wire if they can, really have that defense pumping on all cylinders, even if it is the second team, offense or defense. Really, I want to see this team perform well and perform like I really thought they could going into that Murray State game, where I thought the defense was just going to shut down their passing offense. So I hope I'm looking for Bacone College maybe not to have a stellar game offensively or defensively, and UCA to really run up a score and use this as a tune-up game for the Southland Conference schedule.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, tune-up because the week after they have Sam Houston State, one of the most talented teams in the FCS. Right. So, I mean, it's really important that they, like you said, tune up and really show dominance in this one to get ready for the conference schedule. And
I'm sure we're hoping that the UCA crowd being in their home area will really help them.
Yeah, a lot of excitement with the new luxury suite. So.
Yes, a lot of excitement. Okay, well, let's, something that I'm sure everyone is kind of wondering, do you guys think Smothers is going to be able to put up the same numbers that he put up the last game?
I think he's going to have good numbers for what he's going to play. I really hope he doesn't pass a lot or run a lot. Look for those sack totals to be relatively low, if not nothing, against UCA. And also, I would expect all the carries or most carries to go to the running backs, not really put Smothers in a position to get hurt. It's not really the game you want your starting quarterback to get hurt, and you want to get experience for your bench players. So I wouldn't say he's going to have a great game. I'd say he needs to have a very efficient game for me to really think he had a beneficial game going into next week.
I agree. I don't think he'll have the numbers just because, like we said, I think after the first half, he'll be on the bench. So what I want to see is just him be efficient, like he said. I mean, I want to see the percentage stay around. I mean, it's pretty high right now at 75%, but I mean, that would be good to see it stay around there just to show that there's no regression, that he's still on top of his game and everything like that. But don't expect the numbers that he put up against Murray State.
Okay, well, in the upcoming game, who needs a bigger rebound? Since last game against Murray State, the running backs had 15 yards on 17 carries, and then the defense who let 470 passing yards. So they both probably need a rebound game, but in your opinion, who needs it more?
Yeah, they definitely both need it, but I'm going to say the rushing offense right now, just because, you got three guys, senior running backs that got a lot of experience. Now, some of the problem, or the majority of the problem, is with the offensive line still. A lot of new guys learning assignments and blocking schemes and all that, but really want to see them, like I said, show dominance against inferior Bacone College defense. I really think they need to. Like I said, next week is Sam Houston State, and when you play against them, probably the best defense in the Southland Conference and one of the best in the nation at the FCS level. So you'll need a balanced attack when you go in against them. So you can't just have a really good passing game and a subpar running game. So really need to step that up, get it fine-tuned, and get some confidence in the running game heading into Sam Houston State.
Yeah, I think they do need a good game out of the rushing game, and I think it will be fine. As you said, they're very experienced backfield. It's not like they haven't shown they can't do this, so I expect them really to be fine. So I'm really more worried about the defense, just to see if they'll come together, if they can have a shutdown kind of dominant game, which they haven't really faced the best competition to do that to. But Murray State did what they wanted to offensively, except in a few spots where they ended up giving up turnovers. So I want to see the defense really dictate what that Bacone College offense will do. So that's what I'm looking for. Less turnovers, more just shutting them down, more 3-and-outs. Turnovers would be great, and you would want that, of course, as a defense. But I just want to see the yards down, and also just want to see their scoring low.
Yeah, and another thing, I mean, the only reason the pass defense is a little lower for me is because Sam Houston State next week is an option team, so you see a lot of run and not very much pass. So they still have a few weeks to get that straightened out. I mean, you still want to get it straightened out as soon as possible, but it's not as important, I don't think, against or in the coming weeks as the rushing offense is.
Lee, you keep talking about how important the Sam Houston State game is, which it is, but I think one thing that we need to be careful, or hope the Bears are careful, is that they're not jumping ahead and going ahead and worrying about the Sam Houston State game. I mean, you need to take one game at a time. I mean, how many times have we lost to a lower division school just because we were worried about the next game?
Yeah, it's definitely important. I think the main thing is just to have Sam Houston State. I mean, it's definitely going to be in the back of the player's mind when you're playing a school like Bacone College that you expect to beat when you walk on the field. But they just have to remind themselves that this is the game that they're playing. But, I mean, still use it as a tune-up. You got to get the confidence and the pass defense and the rush offense. I mean, work out the things, but, I mean, remember what's coming up.
And they really just need to come out and not beat themselves. Yeah. And
right.
if they just play an efficient game, they can come out and they can pretty much step their way to a win. Yeah. But that's just something you need to watch out for. Is that the team, if they beat themselves, they really have no shot. But if they can come out, be a good proficient offense, be a good proficient defense, I think they'll be fine.
The talent's there.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, the talent's definitely there. Okay, well, let's talk about score predictions. I'm interested to see what you guys have came up with.
I'm going to say it's a big win for UCA. I'm expecting around like 49-6. I think the defense, like you said, I think they'll be able to dictate the Bacone College offense and really shut them down. And I expect more of the same, whether it's first team or second team or maybe even third team offense. I expect them to be able to put up a lot of points. I mean, UCA's got a lot of playmakers spread around at running back. I mean, a couple of backup quarterbacks that have some talent, Jacoby Walker, Ryan Howard, among the many. And a lot of guys at wide receiver, so I really think that they'll be able to put up points no matter which team offense is in. But defense, I really expect them to show up and hold Bacone College to maybe one touchdown. That would be really good.
Right, and I thought about that and whether or not it's going to be a huge margin. I think it's going to be a large margin, but I do think Bacone College is going to score a bit. Well, I hope they don't. I think it'll be 49 UCA to probably a 20 for Bacone. I think they can probably get some touchdowns, get some field goals, because it's going to be second team, even maybe third team at some point in this game, and it's always easy to give a point. So I'd say if I were going to pick it, 49-20, and I expect some others to have 2-3 touchdowns and the rushing attack to really come alive again and have over 100 yards collectively.
Okay, guys. Well, it looks like we are about out of time, so thank you, Lee. Thank you, JD. And thank you, the viewer, for watching. I'm your host, Courtney Howard. We want to hear from you. Email us, channel6scoreboard@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on the show. If you want us to interview a certain coach or a player, go ahead and let us know. And once again, thank you for watching Channel 6 Scoreboard.